Hey everyone, it's Ness. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to do a flip through of the month of September. I've been wanting to do this kind of stuff for a long time and I just forget. So we're going to do it because I started painting and I've just been showing me doing the outlines of my drawings and I haven't been showing the actual paintings. So I think this is like the perfect time to show the actual paintings. The only things that won't be included will be the memory keeping stuff because I'm actually pretty far behind that. I still have to do August. Jeez, I still have to do August. But yeah, let's get into this. Open up my Hobonichi, and this is where I like to keep the ephemera that for the stuff that we've done in the month. So this month we went to Halloween Horror Nights, which was the first time that I'd ever been. So I kept one wristband to commemorate that. And then our tickets, they give you physical tickets, which is cool, but also kind of scary. It's like when you go to the airport and you have like your passport and you're constantly thinking that you lost your passport. That is like what I felt to like the 100th degree. And actually at one point, during the night, I did lose it. It fell on the floor while we were eating, and I didn't realize it. But thankfully, it was still there when I went back. So I ended up getting the Pets one, and then Aiden got the Harry Potter one, and then Johnny has a pass, so he wasn't given one. But yeah, get into my notebook. I am kind of sad about these notebooks because this totally has the bad paper, and I've noticed it more that I'm using my fountain pen more and then painting. But we've got Elijah. I put his name here, but I don't know if I like the lettering for it. I feel like it should be green, like full green and full Hobbity vibes. Because Lord of the Rings is my favorite book and my favorite movie, so I wanted to name it Elijah after Elijah Woods. Plus, I also really like this name a lot. I think it's a really pretty name. So we've got our cute stickers for the month on here. It's my favorites from each sticker sheet, and then this is for the pop and then the vintage. They're all very adorable. I'm excited to fill these pages up with more stickers from Sticky Club. But yeah, let's get into the first. Also, sorry about my nails. I spent all day dyeing 5 pieces of clothing. 5 dresses and 1 shirt. And they were all different colors. I did like a mustard yellow, a copper, like rusty color, a dark reddish brown, and then a dark green. So yeah, they look purple. So sorry if that's yucky. But yeah, the beginning of the month, we actually got sick. Aiden was sick the week before and he like took a week off from school pretty much because he was sick. And then we ended up getting sick from it. It was not fun, but this first week was kind of rough on me because I didn't journal at all. I had to go back and backfill everything, but because both of us were at home sick, I did it on the movies that we watched because Johnny and I went on like a huge movie kick. So these days aren't really about particularly about what we did during the days because a lot of it was just sleeping and eating soup and watching TV. It's more about like reviewing the movies that we watched because we watched a lot of movies that we hadn't seen. So we watched all the Terrifiers because we knew it was going to be a house at Halloween Horror Nights and we haven't seen any of them. So we watched all 3 of them, and they're interesting movies. I liked the first one. And then the second and the third one, they kind of get into, like, more, want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. But it's more like fantasy, hintings of like fantasy stuff. Yeah, like angels and demons, that type of vibe, I guess, is more of a proper way of saying it. But yeah, they're still fun to watch. They're very, very gory. If you don't like blood and gore, don't watch it. And then for this one, we went back and we watched Hot Shots, Liar Liar, and the other guys, and that was a lot of fun watching, like rewatching old movies, specifically these two, because I used to watch this all the time when I was a kid, and we used to watch Liar Liar a lot. We were trying to see if like Aiden would be able to watch them, because I remember like, you know, the bedroom scene for Hot Shots, they don't show anything, but like with the food and stuff, that's really like the only bad thing in the movie Hot Shots, but everything else is like okay, I guess. And then Liar Liar, that one that's a no-go. There was a lot more stuff in this movie than I remembered. I mean, the entire case is about the affair, right? Because the woman is trying to prove that prove that she didn't have an affair, so that way she could get her husband that she was divorcing, or we were getting a divorce, so that she can still get paid alimony or spousal support. So yeah, I don't recommend that one for kids, but I mean, it is really, really funny. And then we watched The Other Guys, and that movie's hilarious. I love it. Lots of good quotes in that movie. But yeah, we were still very, very sick here, but enjoying each other's company. We watched The Mist, which neither of us had ever seen, but I'd always like seen things about how it's so good, and yeah, watched that. I liked it, but I was frustrated with the people because they were only in that convenience store for like, or the grocery store for like, what, 2 days or something like that? And they decided to just leave. There's no way I would have left. I would have just stayed in the grocery store and hoped that maybe someone would help. I would at least give it a week before I leave. And then the ending is so messed up. So messed up. We rewatched Zombieland. That one's a good movie. The girls annoy me in that. I think they annoy me because they go to an amusement park at the end of the movie thinking that that's a great idea in a zombie apocalypse. Like, yeah, let's attract the entire city with the sounds of the amusement park. That's just insanity. No. I would have just stayed in the mansion and been super happy just living in the mansion, because it would have been great. We watched Paranormal Activity 2. We watched this one with Aiden because he really likes ghost movies. So we watched that with him. That one, I had forgotten that because this is like a prequel to the Paranormal Activity 1 movie, and I had forgotten that the ghost or the demon was on that family first, and then they have to get rid of it, so then they give it to the sister, and that's what the first movie is the sister having the demon in the house, which is super yucky. Then we started watching the Annabelle movies, and we watched this one with Aiden, and those were a lot scarier than I thought they would be, because you just think it's like the doll, but yeah, that one's pretty creepy. Lots of jump scares in this one, so if you don't like jump scares, I probably would not recommend that one. We also watched Scream, the newer one. They like remade it, and then they named it Scream. They didn't like name it like Scream 6 or whatever. And it's funny because they, you know, break the fourth wall with this, with talking about how the name is like just giving it the same name. I don't know. They talk about it in the movie about when they're going over the lore of the movies that are in the universe of this, where it's like basically a slasher movie in their universe. But yeah, I like that one. So yeah, all 3 great movies. Oh yeah, this download city, if you go to Hobonichi's website, there's a download page where it has a bunch of these really cute graphics. And you can download them. And I just put them on Canva, I'm sorry. I put them on Canva, and then I printed them out like as a big sticker sheet, and then I cut them all out. So they have some really cute images that you can get for free, and they're available for everyone to use. So highly recommend doing that. Very cute. And then this day we watched Sinners, and it was very, very good. I liked it a lot. I had been seeing reels about Sinners, like saying when you answer the door, somebody comes over to your house and you answer the door, and they won't just come into the house, like they need permission to come into the house. You know, it's very vampire rules. So yeah, I highly recommend watching Sinners if you haven't already seen it, because it was a very good watch. No complaints on that movie. It was very good. And then, let's see, we've got this day. Lots of purpley vibes, very cute. But we had our Pathfinder game this day, and it was a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it. I never thought that I would want to play orcs, because normally I want to be like, you know, a pretty character, like an elf or a human, you know, that type of thing. Oh, I also really like halflings, right? I've actually played 2 halflings now. One in Dungeons and Dragons, and then now I'm playing a halfling in a Pathfinder game, and her name's Amelia. So my Dungeons and Dragons character was, her name was Eloise, and now I have Amelia. But yeah, we're playing a campaign where it's full orcs. Well, Johnny is a goblin, but the rest of us are orcs or half orcs. Like my character's a half orc, so she's orc and human. Anyways, yeah, very nerdy, and it's the best. If you've never played a tabletop RPG, highly recommend playing that too. Watch Sinners and play a tabletop RPG. They're a lot of fun. And then we have a very blue spread, which I love. I love this paper. I got this from Cute Things from Japan, and it's just so cute and adorable. And I love the watercolor that's used to create it. Ugh, it's just so pretty. But yeah, if you have any questions on like any of the things that I get, just feel free to ask. This is a Molenta washi roll that has like 1 to 31 for the dates. This was from Cute Things from Japan. It was like an ephemera pack where you cut out the pieces. Cute Things from Japan. These are my calendars, which I got from Cute Things. This one I got from Paper Treat Shop. These are from Sticky Club, and then this is from Cute Things from Japan as well. It's a memo pad. Probably won't go through all of them, but a lot of the stuff that I get are from Cute Things from Japan, Paper Treat Shop, papergame.co, and JetPens. Pretty much those are like the 4 shops that I like to shop from. And then these little guys, whenever you see like a piece of paper like this, they're from these 100 crafting papers that I got from, this one I got from Amazon Japan, but I also have a Mizutama and then a Moomin one, and those I got from, sorry, Spencer started breaking. I had to go check out what it was. The Mizutama and then the Moomin, and then there was one more. I can't remember what it is, but I got those from Cute Things from Japan. Sometimes they have them still in stock, so I would check them if you want them. They're great, especially this one, this Keiko one. Is my favorite, because look at these illustrations. They're so cute, and then you can do tip-ins in your Hobonichi, and it's very, very adorable. Like, look at these two little lovebirds, and you get like a bunch of extra writing. I like this one because I imagine he's like glaring at them like with disdain for their love. Yeah, here's the 10th of Wednesday of September. These little washi tapes are so cute. These are meatball washi tapes, and I get all of my meatball washi tapes from papergame.co, and they're so adorable. They came out with new ones that have pets. So there's one that's dogs, there's one that's cats, and then there's one that's like you're not typical pets, I guess. I mean, I guess everything else that isn't a dog and a cat. So like birds, hamsters, guinea pigs, that stuff. Very, very cute. And it's like the cheapest that I've found the meatball tapes from Paper Game. I like this page because I'm able to use like any of the box stuff that I haven't been able to use, because a lot of my pages are like this, where it's like bright and colorful. So I always love it when I can utilize my darker stickers like these, because then they get to find their place in my Hobonichi. Oh, I love this so much. I love this brown marker. I actually need to get another one because I think mine finally dried out. And that makes me really sad because they're very, very good markers. So I have to get another one. But yeah, super cute. This looks like a less fuzzy rogue, so I really love him. I actually got these stickers from, I purchased a, what's it called? It's a cardboard cutter, but it's meant to cut cardboard in a length to where you can put them in a box and you can make like a scratching post for your cat. They sent these cute little stickers with them, so they're very adorable. And then this is when I started watercoloring, so I have my first kitty. And then look at the difference in the paper sound, okay? I don't know if you can hear it, okay? That's with no watercolor. And then, look. Oh, crispy crinkles. Crinkly pages are the best. I saw this cat in a reel and I really loved him, so I had to I took a screenshot and then I painted him. He's very adorable. I love him very much. This is when I was trying to relearn how to do watercolor paintings in my Hobonichi, because paper is very, very different from watercolor paper. It's a lot more finicky. It pulls a lot more, so you have to really, really work hard on trying to get the color to go on the page and then also stay where you want it to stay. So, and then I also learned that the Energels that I was using, the ink, does not play nice with water. So it started to bleed through. And it made like little green on his face, because it's not like I accidentally put green on his face. That's just from the ink bleeding through or whatever. Yeah, it's just from the ink. Alright, so here's our second kitty cat. He's so cute. I love British short hairs so much. I just want to squeeze their little faces. And this one's like totally vampire status with his little teethies. He's so adorable. Another cat that I saw in a reel. He was actually hugging his owner's arm. I guess she had like a bad day and she took a nap, and that was what she woke up to, was that little face. He's so cute. And then this one was the bread kitty cat. This one, it didn't play nice either. I don't know what happened. I don't think I mixed my watercolors very well. But it ended up like pulling a little bit of blue, because I usually mix brown, a very, very dark brown with a very, very dark blue in order to get like this gray or this darker black color like this right here. It looks black, but it's really just brown and blue. I guess it looks more brownish, but yeah, I mixed brown and blue together to get like this darker color. Same for this. I don't think I mixed it very well because more of the blue was seeping through on the painting. So yeah, again, learning experience. This was another funny cat that I saw where he had like his lips stuck underneath his teeth. He looks kind of scary, but it's okay. We love him still. And again, learning experience on trying to relearn how to use watercolors in the Hobonichi. These are the, oh gosh, the name like totally escapes me, but they had a whole line where they made the A5 colors and the A6. Yeah, they made all of these little characters and they're so adorable. You can also get these from the Hobonichi website. You can copy and save, or you can save the images of all of these little characters because they have descriptions for each one, and then you can just print them out onto some sticker paper and use them in your journal. Just don't try to use them and then sell them. That's the thing that you're not allowed to do, but you can save them and then print them out and then use them in your journal. So yeah, very, very adorable. I love them. I used a bunch of these like little stickers to make it look like he's a giant. He's a kaiju. So yeah, that makes it look like he's like Godzilla status. And then we have this kitty cat. I was trying something different with this by looking at the picture of the cat and seeing what the undertones were of the cat. So on this cat, he had a lot of yellow undertones, and then he also had some purple undertones as well. So I laid out those colors first, and then I went back and I did the color of his fur, like what the color of his fur looked like. I don't really know how it worked out. Actually, I'm realizing I didn't detail his eyes. That's why his eyes look so flat, like the color of it looks so flat. I didn't go back and I didn't detail his eyes, but that's okay. Oh, see? Look at that purple. It's good. All right, so this is another page from that Keiko 100. Is Keiko right? Yeah, Keiko. 100 Papers book. And then this is from the cutest washi tape ever, the meatball washi tape. If you go on papergame.co, I actually have a code in my description box. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Anyone can get this code, but it'll give you 10% off if you make a purchase from papergame.co. So you can use that. And then it gives me like little reward points. So on this day, I decided to stray from doing kitty cats and to doing just animals in general, just to stretch the, I guess, stretch my drawing training when it comes to animals and watercolor training. I don't know why I'm calling it training. I'm not training for anything, but I've been watching a lot of Demon Slayer, and they're constantly training, and there's even a training arc season, so yeah. So we have an aardvark for today. I was gonna do like the alphabet. There's lots of A's, and there's lots of African this version, so I'm gonna be on A's for quite some time. And then I didn't do a painting for this day, but I really, really like this right here, where they're at like the cinema. I got this notepad. It's a memo pad from Cute Things from Japan, and I love it so much because I cut it up and I put it in several times in my memo container because I love it so much. Normally, I just like to use one until I have emptied it out and then I can restock it all. But this one I put in multiple times just because it's so unique. You can use different stickers to make it look like they're at a movie theater. And I believe this day we started watching Demon Slayer with the kiddo, because he's never seen any of the seasons, but he's seen the movie. We went to go watch the movie with him. and I asked him if he would want to watch it with me, and he obliged. And now he's invested. He really likes Demon Slayer, so we were watching Demon Slayer on this day. It's cute, like all the little animals and ghosties watching. Oh, I gotta glue that back in. Sometimes I don't really do the best gluing job when I am filming, or yeah, I was filming for this one. So I don't do the best gluing jobs as I should, but that's okay. We can go through and we can tidy it up. Alright, so we've got another day. This is another page from Kiko. Lots of cute memos and stickers. This is from the Moomin paper, 100 crafting papers. Very cute. And then look, you can just get so much extra space. And it's a lazy or a noob tip-in, because I'm really bad at tipping things in. They always seem to fail on me, or they don't, I don't know. I like Bambi walk it, like I stumble all over the place when I'm trying to tip things in. So this is easy, because then you can just glue one side and then pop it in. And it looks so tropical and pretty. Alright, and next day is here. I didn't like this marker because it was like too bright, so I had to try and like dull it down with some writing. And this is what my son said to me. He said, "You were alive during the fall of the Soviet Union." Wow. And that was like totally my face when he said that. Like, bro, you make me sound so old when you say things like this. And then, of course, I have to look it up, because, you know, when things like this happen, you think that it's so far, 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 far in the past. So it's like, there's no way that happened during my time. But yes, I was alive during the fall of the Soviet Union. It's like he also tells me that I was born in the 1900s, which is true, but it sounds really old, and it sounds 1,000 times worse than like what it is. It's like, can you not do that? Okay, I get it. I was born in the 1900s, but you don't have to say it like that. You can just say I was born in the 80s, okay? So got a little tip in here, and then this is origami paper from Daiso, which I haven't been to in a while. And then we have a guinea pig. I believe it's an... see, I didn't write it down. Abyssine... I'm gonna butcher it. It's a guinea pig from a place that isn't where... Actually, the name of it is a location, but these do not originate in that location. So yeah, we've got the guinea pig, and I think he came out pretty cute. I really like it a lot. I like the coloring that I did for it. I felt confident with this one, but you'll see that I am not confident in all of them. In this one, I was not confident. It's still in its ugly phase, which I think every painting has an ugly phase before it gets to like its perfection phase. But I was just kind of over this, and I didn't want to continue, but that's okay. Like I said, we're trying to relearn how to watercolor. So not every painting is gonna be spectacular. So we've got another tip in. This is another page from that Keiko book. See, they're very versatile. I just used it as a tip in though for this one. And it's very cute. And then you get more hidden areas. And then we've got the African civet. I don't remember how to pronounce it. I remember looking it up, and it wasn't like civet. It was pronounced something like a different way, but that's okay. I like this one. It looks darker on screen, but it's not as like muddy as it's looking. But yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, and listen to that. It's beautiful. Okay, so we've got that little guy. I like that one. See, like, it's funny. Yucky, and then I like it, and I like it, and I don't like it, but then I like it. And then also the African fish eagle. I love this one so much. I love the way it turned out. I'm telling you, I love to paint birds. I love to draw birds. Especially when you watercolor them, it's like it transforms it and it makes it super pretty. At least that's what I think. I don't know. Actually, this day I started using, where is it? My Hobonichi pen. I started using the Hobonichi pen because this is perfect because it doesn't bleed because it's a ballpoint pen, right? But then you can also get these like super thin lines right here for detailing, like on the eyelid and stuff. So it's very, very nice because normally my fountain pen is super thick like these, and the nib that I have doesn't let you control the sizing of the lines very well. I mean, you can, but it's a little hard to do. So this is very, very nice to be able to use to get those finer lines. And then for this day, I had to tip in both of my days. And then I like to reinforce with, so like I'll use washi tape on one side, but then I like to reinforce with some clear tape on the other side. Just that way we can make sure that they're not going to fall out. Because we would hate for them to fall out. Oh yeah, I like what I did here with the little memo pad that I had, and then putting the little Swiss roll on top of the laundry like they're playing with each other. Very cute. And then this is the day when I got my Hobonichi, which is very great. Very exciting day when you get Hobonichi stuff. So I'm very excited to use that for next year. It's tucked away in the box where it will stay dust-free until they are able to be used. Sorry, I like to just touch the paper when you use watercolor on it. It feels very, very satisfying. And then this day we went to Disneyland and I was able to use some of the larger Disneyland stickers that I got at the parks. They made a bunch of stuff for the 70th anniversary, and one of the things was the sticker packs, and yeah, very, very cute. They also made a memo pad that I really wanted, but they sold out very quickly, and then now they're just like scalper prices, which I hate. But that one was super cool because it was like the old school tickets that they used to have when Disney first opened. So they look super vintage and just awesome, but they don't restock these things. It's annoying. Like, they sold out. Just give us more. If it's supposed to be for the 70th anniversary, then they should have the stock for it for the entire year. I don't know. That's what I think. But they just had it for like one day and then they were all sold out. I got really lucky with being able to snag these stickers. If you want ephemera, I would say check the stores that sell the postcards, because usually those have more stuff. At least that's where I found these. I found these in the Disneyland store where they sell the postcards and like the art. They also had pens, but I don't really use pens like that. But they were in this style right here, vintagey, vintage Disneyland. Then we have the 28th Sunday, very random. I was just plopping things in. Usually I'll be like decorating while I'm playing my Pathfinder game. Because usually like if we're in combat, you aren't doing anything, you're just listening. So I can listen and then paste things in, so it's very easy. So, but usually, because I'm like multitasking, it just looks like I vomited on the page all of the stuff, but that's okay. At least there's a lot to look at, and you know, that's enjoyable too. And then Monday, this one, I don't really know if I like it that much. I think the brown that I used, because this is a mild liner brown, is too dark. I wish I used this one instead because this one's a lot more muted and it's prettier, but it is running dry. Oh, my poor baby, he's running dry. So I didn't have that one available for me, but yeah, I think if this wasn't as dark, or maybe if I used like a yellow, I would have liked this a lot more, but it's okay. And then for the final day of the month, I dragged this on a long time. I had to tip this in because this is when my Eric Small Things disappeared on me. Did I tip this in? Was this the day when it got lost? I can't remember. There's a spot for it, so maybe it's not. I think the day was Mother Day. I don't know. Anyways, tipped this in, and then I put a sticker. I've written on the backs of these before, and they bleed through, so sometimes I just like to hide a little sticker in the back. Makes it easier. And then I can utilize like a larger sticker in those areas. And then this is a sheet from the crafting paper for the Mizutama one. And I just pasted it in as a full page because look at how cute it is. And then it makes it easy because, hey, I don't really need to decorate on this side. All I did was I added the calendar, some washi tape, and then one ghost sticker because I like having one a day of these little ghosts. And then, yeah, just filled in the rest with a bunch of food. I've been making a lot of onigiri lately, so that's perfect. I actually have onigiri in the fridge. I'm gonna go grab one after I finish this. But yeah, that is it. The memory keeping pages are gonna go here. But let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like it? I think this is my favorite page just because this is my favorite painting that I did. That one and not that one, yuck. And this one. These two are my favorite. I don't know which one I like more, but we'll go with this guy because he's so regal. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me flip through my September 2025 in my Hobonichi blank grid notebook. Get the blank ones. They're great. They're super cheap too. But maybe get... I would say get this year's, but I was told that the paper uses the old Hobonichi paper. So maybe get the yellow ones, not the special edition ones. But yeah, either way, they're still really good. If you're not using watercolor, then it's great. But I've been having to cover the back sides of my paintings with memo sheets because the ink bleeds through. The watercolor doesn't really bleed through, but I did have it bleed through one time. Ugh. Yeah. Anyways, I still think they're pretty great. They still do a good job. I forget what I was talking about. I went on a Doug tangent. Okay, yeah, that's it for this video. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. All right, bye.